Hey, if you're an educator, you know this feeling, right? You're trying to create these amazing lessons, but you just feel like you're drowning in all the details. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really powerful framework that's designed to bring some serious clarity to all that chaos. It's called the Future Ready Unit Planning System.
So, does this feel familiar? I mean, it's that constant juggle, isn't it? You've got academic standards over here, student engagement over there, and you're trying to make it all relevant to the real world. And the whole time, the clock is ticking. It's kind of like someone dumped a 1,000-piece puzzle on your desk, but forgot to give you the picture on the box. Where do you even start?
And that right there, that's the heart of the modern planning challenge. It's this jumble of pieces that are all super important, right? Rigor, creativity, student choice. But man, getting them to actually connect, that can be a huge struggle. And what happens? You end up with plans that feel disconnected, and the whole process just feels, well, overwhelming.
So, what's the answer? It's not about adding another piece to that pile. No way. What you really need is a framework, a system that can take all that chaos and bring some coherence to it, one that shows you exactly how all those important pieces can finally snap together.
And that solution, that framework we're talking about, it's called FRUPS. That's F-R-U-P-S. It stands for the Future Ready Unit Planning System. And it's built from the ground up to do one thing: bring that desperately needed clarity and structure back into your planning.
Okay, so what is FRUPS really? Think of it as a structured but also really flexible guide for designing learning experiences. But here's the magic part. Its real power is in how it connects the dots between academic standards and actual real-world outcomes. So you can be sure that what your students are learning is not only rigorous, but it's also genuinely relevant to their lives.
So how does it actually make planning less of a headache? Well, it all starts with creating a rhythm. The whole school year gets broken down into quarters, and inside each quarter, you have just 4 two-week units. That's it. The super simple structure makes looking at the whole year way less scary, and it builds in flexibility right from the get-go.
But listen, FRUPS is way more than just a calendar. It's really about how you design the learning journey itself, and it breaks that whole journey down into a really clear 4-phase process.
Okay, so this is the heart of it, the learning arc. Let's make it real. Imagine you're doing a unit on local ecosystems. First, you launch it. Maybe you take the kids to a nearby park to just get them curious and asking questions. Then, you build their knowledge back in the classroom. You're digging into food webs, habitats, the nitty-gritty. Now for the fun part, the remix. This is where they get to design their own solution for a local environmental problem. This is where their agency and creativity just explodes. And finally, you reflect. They present their ideas and think about what they've learned along the way. See how each phase just flows into the next? It creates this complete, meaningful journey.
Now, let's be real. A framework is just an idea, unless it has practical stuff to back it up, right? Well, FRUPS comes with these built-in supports that they call accelerants, and they're designed to do exactly that: accelerate your planning and make this whole journey way easier.
And these supports are a total game changer. You get plug-and-play activities, which, saves a ton of prep time. It even gives you guidance on how to use AI ethically to help with your planning. And this is huge. It comes with materials for everyone: teachers, students, and families. So you're building this awesome learning community around every single unit.
And this quote really gets to the heart of it all. The goal here isn't just to be more organized, It's about better learning. By making the process so much simpler, FRUPS frees you, the educator, to focus on what actually matters, fostering that student agency, that creativity, and the critical thinking skills our kids absolutely need for their future.
So, okay, when you put all these pieces together, the structure, the 4 phases, the accelerants, you start to see the bigger picture, right? This isn't just about one unit plan. It's about building a whole new vision for what our classrooms can be, a future-ready vision.
I mean, just think about the shift here. We're talking about moving away from that old way of doing things. The planning that's super rigid, takes forever, and honestly feels totally disconnected from students' actual lives. The FRUPS way? It's flexible, it's manageable, and the most important word here? It's purposeful. Every single part of it is designed with intention.
And this vision, it doesn't just stop at the classroom door. It's bigger than that. It's really about empowering whole districts to build a system of learning that is, again, purposeful, but also equitable and scalable. The goal is to make sure that every single student is getting a high-quality experience.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. What if your next unit plan wasn't just another document you had to check off your list, but what if it was a genuine launch pad for learning? Because that's the kind of future-ready classroom this framework is all about helping you create.